conference. So thank you for the invite to speak today. It is really an honour to do so. And for those who may not be aware, and touching on what Matt has just said, there has been some recent changes within Momentum. So I was elected a couple of months ago to Momentum's governing body, the NCG, and subsequently as one of the co-chairs. Now, my election campaign, and those of us who stood on the Forward Momentum platform, was about refounding Momentum for a new era. We recognised the good work that Momentum had achieved supporting Jeremy Corbyn and promoting socialist policies, along with mobilising thousands of activists. But we also recognised some of the mistakes that were made and how the political landscape has now changed. We then put forward ideas on how to fix them and how we must operate in a new political environment. One of the key areas I stood on was uniting the Labour left, and this is another reason why I am pleased to be speaking at this conference today. I also look forward to the LRC's re-affiliation to Momentum now under the new leadership and building together on the work we both do. And right now, the task in front of us is huge, and parts of that task is more urgent than ever. The neoliberal consensus accepted by most politicians means tax cuts for big business, allowing select individuals to grow wealth beyond imagination, and profiteering from institutions that profit should never be made from, such as the tripling of tuition fees and NHS privatisation. All of these have one common theme: the pursuit of profit over people. Well, we don't accept this. We put people, we put our politics before profit, and we are unwavering in this. Running throughout and critically, we have the rise of fascism to smash once again. The climate emergency, already doing so much harm, is knocking on all of our doors. My union, the Fire Brigade Union, are on the front line of this, tackling ever increasing and severe floods and wildfires, all in the face of devastating cuts. It is not just a few TV pictures of melted ice caps anymore. It is now a workplace issue and an issue affecting billions of people daily. Conference, there is much for us to do, and it is only socialist ideas that offer the solutions. Since the election of Jeremy Corbyn in 2015, we have seen the direct impact that people can have, especially young people, in our movement. You only need to look at the youth climate strikes and Black Lives Matter protests to see how politicised young people are. I think we have a long way to go, but the signs of a bright activist and socialist future are there. Ingrained in every struggle are the trade unions, CLPs and grassroots organisations like the LRC and Momentum, working together to push for socialist policies and democratisation within our society. But what I fear in the movement and on the left is the burgeoning underappreciation of the democratic federal structures and the origins of trade unions. This may well cause a rift to re-emerge between CLPs and trade unions, as we saw in the 70s and 80s. We've already seen a recent example of this at the past two-party conferences. We cannot allow this to happen. Trade unions, CLPs, the LRC, Momentum have to stand shoulder to shoulder in the fight ahead. Under my leadership within Momentum, we will work with others to find the common ground and achieve the victories we need. We must safeguard what was won under Jeremy and John, to fight for even more radical socialist policies and to fight for the democratic reforms that this party still so desperately needs. The plea I make today is one of unity, one of collectivism, the principle of debating and agreeing on a joint position and then sticking to it. This must be at the heart of our movement, but sadly, we have not seen it recently, including, from I have to say, Momentum. Now is the moment for change, for new and old leaders to rebuild, and we in Momentum have fortunately started this in the short term by ensuring that, unlike last time, we didn't have split seats for the NEC elections. We debated, we discussed and we organised under one united banner, and I'm glad that two members of the Grassroots Voice slate are in attendance today. The time was and should never be about personalities. It should be about the pursuit of a socialist transformation of society, and that is something I know we can all agree on. Momentum has a new leadership body and a vision to include members in setting the strategic priorities and shaping its future, broadening its unity and openness with others on the Labour left. The days of members being dictated to are over, and Momentum will lead through example and practice. We must now all work together to develop a socialist vision to tackle the coronavirus crisis, through leading the fight against the Tories' agenda, pushing the socialist alternative in the Labour Party wherever possible and whenever needed. Momentum will make sure we play our part in this. We must unite, organise and rise to confront the inevitable austerity, the ideological agenda of the Tories to destroy our public services and put money in the pockets of their friends. The damage done by their previous attack on our class is still raw. Poverty is ever rising, our NHS is buckling, the housing crisis is increasing with mass evictions on the horizon. Our education system is crumbling and our public services are beyond stretched. When the new wave of austerity comes, we must fight back like never before and should ensure that the Labour Party do so also. We will engage and activate the Momentum membership, rebuilding and reinvigorating Momentum groups and building a politically educated and skilled base of dedicated activists to confront the challenges head on. And overarching all of this, we want an open left that pursues militant class-based politics, and we need all of the left to pull together in this struggle. I can assure you Momentum isn't about egos anymore. It's about building a healthy, vibrant, radical socialist left, and we want the LRC to be right there alongside us. Conference, we on the left have had a rough time recently. Our victories have been scarce and our defeats have been immense. But we are still in a better position than we were only 5 years ago. We are better organised, better equipped and better connected. The right would have wanted all of us to have thrown it all in, but we haven't. Instead of that, we have looked at what we could do better, and many of us, most of us, have begun putting the past errors right to build and be ready. Our policies developed over the last few years are still immensely popular, not just within the left, but across society. We must be fighting tooth and nail for these policies. We must be making the case for socialism at every opportunity. Momentum, along with the LRC, have a huge part to play in this. Conference, there is too much at stake and there is still a lot to fight for. A socialist government may seem a bridge too far at the moment, but I think we have every chance of achieving that. And together, Momentum, the LRC and the broader left, I think we have a chance and we will make sure that we fight all the way. Thank you and solidarity.